Welcome to the Andy Meadows Show. We've got a good roundtable coming up where we'll discuss my backyard baby bunnies, Kim K's new romance, mind uploading, containing rage moments, Melania's impromptu speech, and more. But first, your headlines. Last week was a rough week for JD Vance. His dictator BFF, Viktor Orban, lost his election after Vance campaigned for him in Hungary, and he had to spend 21 straight hours at a meeting trying to negotiate a peace deal with people his boss and Israel killed the families of. That's why, as a general rule, I don't accept jobs where an angry mob tried to hang the previous guy. Yesterday, Rory McIlroy won that golf tournament your dad watches to help him fall asleep, the Masters. Rory became only the fourth player in history to win back-to-back Masters titles after defeating Scotty Scheffler by one stroke, a man my wife says reminds her of Gomer Pyle, which ages us but is also accurate to her credit. There's a new celebrity feud brewing. Our president and the Pope are at odds over the war in Iran. Trump is, of course, handling the situation with the grace and maturity of a child who was never hugged, leading him to post an AI-generated image of himself as Jesus with the American flag, fighter jets, and troops in the background. Yet another daily reminder that 77 million Americans willingly voted for an internet troll. On the other side of the aisle, Democratic Senator Eric Swalwell exited the California governor's race amid sexual assault allegations from multiple women that include photos. They brought the receipts. But of course, as we all know, he was only running for governor to make us all forget he once farted live on MSNBC during an interview. Did you know that, Chris?
I did not know that. I'd never seen that.
I've got the clip. I'll show you. Back in the day, that would have ended a political career.
A fart on live TV? Come on, it can't be that bad. It was live, right? It wasn't like they recorded.
Yeah,
yeah.
Yeah,
leave the fart in. The fart's got to stay. It's quality entertainment.
I'd love that conversation in the editing room. We got to leave the fart in. I mean, come on. This will get us our highest ratings in weeks. Please welcome to the roundtable the man that'll be joining me in Vegas next week for a worldwide convention of people who love the sound of their own voice, known as NAB. Chris Meadows.
Quite attractive enough for television. Actually, right. The TV people will be there. It'll be easy to spot which ones are the radio folks and which ones are the TV folks. I can kind of guess that right now.
Yeah, I got a market I work with where they sold their TV stations, but they used to have the TV on one side and radio on the other. And it was a big difference when you would walk from one to the other. But I was so proud as a radio guy. The first time I went there, they thought I was the new weatherman.
Oh, wow. Yeah. You're like, hey, I got it.
But it was because I was wearing a suit, and not because I look like a TV person, I'm assuming. I don't know what it was, but anyway.
Dude, I saw that AI image that Trump put up, and then to his credit, did come to his senses. I'm surprised.
Did he take it down?
Yeah, he took it down.
Oh, okay.
Or somebody took it down.
Right, but that's the thing about the internet. There's no taking.
Yeah,
there's no take backsies. Yeah,
but at least he's not entirely promoting himself as Jesus anymore today. But it makes me wonder. Like, clearly, I don't believe that he is doing the AI prompt to create these things. I can't.
You don't think he has the $20 account? I bet he's got the $20 a month account at least.
And he's like, all right, make me Jesus with some eagles flying over and man.
I hope he goes down the rabbit hole. I hope that's how he spends his time every day, going down the AI rabbit hole, making awesome. Because remember when they released the Trump cards that had him as like a Halo character and all kinds of stuff?
Yeah, all various buff dudes, football players, whatever.
So I'd like to think he actually made that himself. But no, I'm sure it was like an intern or a 20-year-old intern or
I think
whatever.
It's other people, and he's just scrolling and finds it and goes, oh, this is cool. I'm going to put it on my Truth account. People like this.
But because we make fun of both sides, I want to close the loop on that Eric Swalwell. So when I saw he was, I forgot he was running for governor, but he is running for California governor. And now he's facing some some pretty
well,
rough.
he's no longer running for California governor. He
Correct.
was running for California governor. Yeah.
Yeah, because some pretty bad stuff came out about him. But allegedly, want to say allegedly, who knows? But it's
Well,
been
the problem was he was in the wrong party for that stuff to come out.
Yeah. But so anyway, multiple women have come forward, but it reminded me when I saw that he dropped out. It reminded me of this from a couple years ago that happened live on MSNBC.
The president used taxpayer dollars to ask the Ukrainians to help him cheat an election. And the complaint that I
Dude, no reaction from him though. That's
Yeah, and I know, and I tried to clip the so I think it was what's his name? Oh, I can't think of the guy that was the host interviewing him's name off the top of my head, but been there forever. May not still be on TV. Former staffer for a Republican, but anyway, he didn't break. He just rolled with it. He was an old pro, and he didn't call it. I would have totally. I'd have had a tough time keeping it together and not call it. But so that became a big. It was like a Fartgate scandal. I mean,
like
the
where
Daily
did the fart
Show.
come from? Because he didn't make the face like he was farting.
And it was a couple of years. So as Trevor Noah was doing the Daily Show then, and they did a whole big spiel on it. But MSNBC tried to get his back and said it was a mug in the studio was the actual. There's no freaking way that's a mug.
A mug?
Yeah.
I got a mug right here. Let's see. Nope.
Can you? Yeah.
Can't make a fart noise with a
Yeah.
mug.
Either he farted or the host farted. But I think if the host had done it, he'd have just bit the bullet and said so, because that doesn't end a. But back in the day, that would have ended your political career. But we don't live in an environment where anything like that would.
I don't know. Would a fart's going to end your career, really?
I don't know, man. It's pretty hard to shake a fart on live TV. Have you ever farted in a studio live in the air?
Probably. I fell off my chair one time.
That's true. You did that, which was hilarious. Our uncle heard that and almost drove off the road. Uncle Marvin heard that live. I was unfortunately didn't hear that live, but I'm sure I have. But I mean, farting in a studio is rough because it's a closed environment.
Yeah.
So I don't think I've ever got caught like on a hot mic doing it, but I've definitely thought I was in the clear working a solo shift, farted, and somebody comes in, and you're like, oh man, there's no way to blame it on anybody else because you're the only one in there, and it stays in there
Man,
for a
this room
long
really
time.
stinks, huh? I don't
Yeah.
know, maybe I got a sewer backup or something.
That's the move. You always say something about it, especially if it's someone coming in for an interview. But if it's someone that works with you, that lie doesn't work. But if it's an artist coming in for an interview that you don't want to embarrass yourself in front of, that works. We had ghosts in our old studio. Sometimes I would say that. Oh, that's the ghost smell,
Dude,
man.
you and the ghosts.
They follow me, man.
The same ghost? The ghost is actually haunting you and not a location?
I've told you this before.
What did you do?
I've been haunted by ghosts my whole life. I know it's weird to say out loud, but that's what I always tell Jill to chill her out, because wherever we're at, because she's like, there's a ghost at the house in Arlington. There's a ghost at this house. And I'm like, yeah, it's me. They follow me. It's not the house. There's nowhere we're going to go where there's not going to be a ghost. I'm like the kid in, what was that movie? Sixth Sense.
Sixth Sense, yeah.
Right. So the drama we've been dealing with here lately, I've told you that there's wild bunnies that get into our backyard in Frisco, right?
You have, yeah.
Yeah, so one decided to build a nest and have babies back there.
Oh, that's adorable.
I know. We don't have a very big backyard, but luckily Jill caught it and gave me a heads up. She's like, hey, over here right by the swing set, there's an area where a bunny created a nest and is having babies. So I've been on the lookout. So when I mowed the other day, I was on the lookout to make sure. Yeah, this is not where the story's going. I did not murder a couple of baby bunnies. I knew to watch out for them, but I did. Like, I looked in the nest and they weren't there. And so I was like, oh, okay, so I'm in the clear. And I almost ran over one that was hiding in the grass because they're little bitty. And
they're also really weird looking when they're babies.
Well, by the time I mowed, they were big enough that they were starting to leave.
Gotcha.
The nest, but the big drama has been our cat is an inside cat, so it's declawed, and it hardly ever goes outside. And if it does, it stays in the backyard. But so we're not worried about our cat, but there's a neighborhood cat. It's real sweet. The kids love it and go up and pet it, but it's got its claws, and it likes getting in our backyard, so we've been having to keep that cat out of there for a while. And the other night, Jill's like just staring at the back window, like she's on guard. I'm like, are you going to just stay there all night? So I had to run out there and which I like the cat, but I had to be a jerk to the cat I had to scare it to get it out of there, because it will absolutely murder those little bunnies.
Well, also, I mean, didn't you say you had bobcats in the neighborhood? I don't even know if
but
the
a bobcat's killing any.
The bunny. The bunny's like, it's not even worth a snack. But
no, it kills the adult bunnies. It kills the bobcats in the neighborhood, kills the bigger bunnies for full show. That's probably why it comes to our neighborhood for that. But
there are some areas of Anchorage that have mad bunnies in them, and they don't look like, they're not outdoor bunnies, but they are outdoors. You know, it looks like somebody's pet bunnies got out, or they got released, and they've just been spawning like bunnies. So there's certain, like, you go to this certain grocery store, and you know that in the parking lot over to the side, there's this little grassy area that's just going to be chock full of what look like pet bunnies.
Are they
not afraid of you or anything?
Are they white or something?
No. They're like black and brown and red. The white ones are from here because they turn white in the winter and then they go brown in the summer.
Oh, I didn't know
so they change color. They're snow hares.
Yeah, ours are brown, so they don't look like pet bunnies, really, and they're kind of bigger than, they're decent size. They're not jackrabbits, but they're decent size. And the kids always run up and try to grab them. And the bad thing is bunnies will just sit still, so they could actually catch one. Yeah. But, I mean, I don't think a bunny can hurt you. What's it going to do? Maybe bite you.
I'm going to circle back to you declawing your cat. You know that's mutilation, right? You shouldn't do that.
So when we got the cat, it already had the claws taken out of it, and we rescued that cat. It was in a bad situation.
That was clearly mutilating it.
It was in a bad cat neighborhood. No, when we got that cat and the other cat that's since passed away, that it was from a friend of Jill's, and her boyfriend had a Rottweiler that terrorized the cats. So the cats were delegated to the laundry room only. And so we both went over there, and she knew I was going to be a softie and say, yes, we got to take these cats, because it looked like a miserable existence. They're just living in a laundry room.
Yeah, that's terrible.
Yeah. So we saved that cat. We did not declaw it. Okay. And I don't like declawing them, even though they do tear up your furniture and crap.
Yeah, they do. But if you give them something else to scratch, they're cool with that. My cat had its claws, and we had a scratching post that I would put next to whatever the thing was that she was messing with. Usually it was like my chair or something, put it next to my chair, and then she'd go with the scratching post instead of the chair.
Well, and the danger of declawing, like I had a buddy that a declawed cat that got out it doesn't take long if they're out for them to get killed, because they're no match for a cat with claws, if they get into it. So that's the other danger of.
Or a German Shepherd, we learned when we were kids.
Yeah, we don't need to tell that story. We probably already have. So love is in the air, Chris.
Love is in the air.
Kim Kardashian and Lewis Hamilton sparked romance rumors at Coachella. The two kept a low profile.
That's been the rumor for a couple months now, I think.
Yeah, it's now pretty much confirmed because they're going on trips, and they were enjoying the Biebs headlining performance at Coachella. Does this make you root for Lewis Hamilton more or less as an F1 fan?
Dude, I can't hate on Lewis Hamilton. I know, make some bad choices for your girl, whatever, it's fine, but yeah, Lewis Hamilton will always be the GOAT to me.
I don't know if it's bad choices. I mean, she's a lawyer now. She's not just a reality star. And she fought for prison reform, man.
She hasn't, like, in the history of her, because everything she does is public, there's not really been a good relationship that she's had. It's always bad, and it gets smeared, and, does he really need the press? He doesn't want that.
So. She dated Cowboys receiver Miles Austin for a while. I just don't like Lewis Hamilton. He seems like a dud.
You don't like Lewis Hamilton? Have you ever, yes, he's going to be arrogant because he's a F1 driver, but he is... I love him.
Really?
Yeah.
See, I was always, maybe it's because I like Daniel Ricciardo before he retired because he's kind of wheels off. I know he's kind of weird, but I like my athletes wheels off, especially F1 drivers. And now that he retired, I'm more of a Verstappen guy. Is that how you say it?
Verstappen, yeah, because he's kind of the same way. He's a little ruthless and dangerous, and
It's got the edge
Hamilton's
to him.
the scalpel. He's very much, he can do the lap a million times and it'll come out the same every single time.
He just seems kind of robotic, doesn't he?
Yeah, but that's good. He's good. But outside of the sport, he seems very humble and chill, and obviously he's super competitive.
I've seen interviews with him where he seemed like a nice guy. I like my athletes.
But you don't like
more ruthless.
your athletes to be nice guys. I get it.
No.
Okay.
I want ruthless athletes.
You want Andre Agassi.
Yeah. Or no, the better comp is McEnroe.
Oh yeah.
In that era, I'd have been a McEnroe guy. I was a McEnroe guy. There's rumors that Verstappen might be switching to Mercedes, by the way, in 2026.
I doubt it, though, because, yes, of course, there's always going to be rumors, and maybe with Toto could sneak him over, but he got the last guy fired. Like, you don't get your boss fired if you're planning on leaving.
I don't know, man. That's how much pull those guys have that they can get. But, again, when you're one of 20 in the world.
And he's one of the best. Yeah.
He's up there. He hasn't won as much as Hamilton, though, right?
He has not won as many times as Hamilton, but he's younger than Hamilton.
Yeah.
And,
Now you made me feel guilty for talking smack about Hamilton.
You should.
Are you
want to say something mean about Schumacher now?
Are you surprised JD Vance couldn't secure a peace deal in his marathon meeting with Iranians?
I am surprised that is the guy you send.
Well, you know why they sent him? Because
they couldn't send Trump, for sure.
Okay, guys. Totally worked it out. It looks like you gave them everything. Oh, yeah. Oh, my bad. No, they sent him because he was vehemently opposed to the war ahead of time in the run. Obviously, Trump in the campaign said he wasn't going to start any wars and specifically said in the past he wouldn't go to war with Iran. But, the rumors have been that behind the scenes Vance hasn't been happy about. He's been opposed to it. So that's why they sent him, because they thought maybe that would give him some goodwill with him. But the challenge is we flippantly went to war with a country that's been preparing for this for decades. You know what I mean?
Dude, I don't know. I don't understand it. I have not the entire time. But yeah, JD Vance, Vance is probably also trying to produce that image of I don't want any of this, because he's like, I still have a career that I need to think about after this. Trump's got 3 years or maybe more if he somehow gets a third term. But he's like, Trump is towards the end of his career.
Right.
And JD Vance is coming up, so it's like, I got to kind of try to salvage some of this.
Same reason Rubio's been kind of trying to straddle the fence on his. But see, to me, like, the smartest thing Trump could do is the one thing people like about Trump, and it's the same thing other people don't like about him. Yes, he does lie a lot, right? But he also tells the truth sometimes, and he probably lies more than any politician in history, and he probably tells the unvarnished, completely true story more than others, because he'll just say exactly, yeah, we wanted the oil. Of course we went into Venezuela. They got oil. Why wouldn't we do that? So the smartest thing they could do, and it would be throwing Netanyahu under the bus, but is for Trump to come out and say, I'm ending this today because we were misled by Netanyahu. And you don't have to blame Israel. You can blame just Netanyahu and say they presented us with intelligence that led us to believe something that wasn't true, that the Iranian regime was about to crumble, and that if we did a couple strikes, I was never for prolonged war. I never want to send troops there. Like, just say some of that's true. Just say the truth. Say we shouldn't have done this, mistake, our bad, and just pull out, because they're now in a quagmire where they can't really.
But I don't know that Trump has ever said, I was wrong. I shouldn't have done this.
Yeah, but you could say I was misled. I don't know. I mean, I think there's no real good answers.
You're right. It's like you don't know if he's telling the truth or he's lying, but when he's telling the truth, it's not. He's saying the quiet part out loud. So.
Right. He's the first politician in history to send his advisors out to say the stock thing that you're supposed to say, and then he comes out and immediately goes on TV and says the opposite. So just him going to a press conference, and because he said a couple things that stuck out, like, I do not get the sense he wants to send in ground troops, and I hope to God he doesn't. But so maybe the solution could just be to come out and be upfront and honest, like, we were led into this with bad information, but what do I know? Okay, our top comment. We're now on TikTok, and our top comment comes from, and this is another one where I need you to break a tie, because we got a couple good ones here that I can't pick from. Okay, so our top one, we got two top comments, and this is on the clip where we were talking about whether it was answering an anonymous question about a girl whose husband or fiance, I think, pees in the shower. And you were on the side of it's okay to pee in the shower. I was on the side of
I was on the side of everybody has peed in the shower before.
So to your credit, the majority of comments across all platforms vehemently agree with you and think I'm the weirdo.
But
for
my
not
wife
peeing
was
in the shower.
surprised. I'll tell you that.
She said,
I learned something about you today.
So is she's on my team? She's on team don't pee in shower?
I don't know. Yes, I guess so, because I didn't ask her, well, do you do it? She just said, I did not know that you are a shower peer.
See, I don't think as many ladies do it. I think it's mainly men, and I think a lot of women are creeped out by it. But I also think it's weird. So anyway, Punishma Liverman? I'm sure I mispronounced that. As a plumber, it doesn't matter. The shower drain is connected to the toilet drain. So that's comment number one candidate.
Yeah.
Which is good.
They're all pipes. That's the thing. But you're going beyond it's the drain thing. You're like, oh, there might be pee other places in the shower.
Yes.
And my point is there's water running the entire time. It's not like you're dry peeing in the shower.
Yeah, I don't know, man. And pee stinks. I just think it's kind of gross to get it all over everything in there. I know you're pointing
How is it that you pee? Are you just flailing it around everywhere?
Oh, I spin and pee. You don't do that? Spin
Only
pee
when
technique.
I'm peeing outside.
No, so anyway, that was one of the comments, which is nice to have an actual plumber weigh in. And the other one, I really like this. Patty J. Floppy Nuts. Love the screen name. Shower peeing is a real thing, and it's fine. Y'all shouldn't poo in the shower, though. I guess, did we also mention poo? Oh, I think I joked about, do you poo in the shower?
Yeah, getting that down the drain would be tougher.
So out of those two comments, which one do you?
I like the shouldn't poo in the shower.
Yeah, I got to go with floppy nuts, too. And I just love getting an actual, like, legit comment from someone whose screen name is floppy nuts.
I also like an expert chiming in, like, hey, I plumb these in. It's all the same place.
Yeah, so see, he agrees with the...
So if your toilet ever backs up, it can go into the shower, and then you're screwed anyway.
Yeah, so he disagrees with the Seinfeld episode where the argument was different pipes go to different places.
Yeah, no, it's all the same.
He's saying they all go in
the
the
same. You have one drain pipe coming out of your house. It's all going there eventually.
Ugh. So our official winner was Floppy Nuts. Did you see the OpenAI CEO Sam Altman is reportedly on a mind uploading wait list?
I did not see that.
To upload his mind before he dies.
I did see a story today that Zuck is training a clone AI of himself. I guess he's going to send his AI to meetings for him.
Oh, dude. How bad does that suck to work for him and be like, one day, my only saving grace is one day he will retire. He's so rich, it'll probably not be too long. And he's like, hey, guys, meet my AI clone I just made. Oh, crap. So you will be working for me for eternity. Oh, God. because I also made AI clones of all of you, and you're fired.
They're all going into meetings with each other all day. It's like, what is this?
Yeah, that's
So
the thing.
Altman is uploading himself, huh?
So, yeah, he's going to upload himself, mind uploading deal. I assume that's another, like, live for eternity. But what is up with all these weird guys? Is this the new thing, weird thing rich guys are going to do with their money?
Yeah, because, I mean, you've got so much money, you're never going to be able to spend it all. And you're like, that's going to suck. I'm going to die and I'm going to have all this money.
Who am I going to leave it to, my kids?
I can just keep growing this money, and I'll have money, and I'll win, and there's money. Dude,
Elon, who am I going to leave it to, my 14 kids?
You're right. Can't do that. Humanity? No.
Yeah, it's a little off-putting how many billionaires are building rockets in doomsday bunkers too. Because you got to think those guys are in the know.
There's so much. Well, yeah, they also see. Yeah, they're going to eat the rich soon. I want to be able to get away from them.
Well, that and we billionaires are actively trying to end humanity. So maybe we, at some point, people are going to get annoyed with that and come looking. But the dumb thing about the doomsday bunkers and stuff, it's like, who wants to live for eternity underground in a bunker all by yourself? Because you can't take anybody with you. They're going to kill you. They're immediately going to kill you if you're a billionaire. You know what I mean?
Well, it also money's not going to matter if it's a doomsday situation.
Right. Yeah, the money is pointless. So once it ends, that's what I'm saying. If you got a bodyguard there with you, definitely going to kill you. You know, whoever you got in there with you. So it's going to be just you and your family. Who wants to spend eternity with their family underground in a bunker? You know how annoying the kids are going to get
really
by like
nice bunkers, dude.
That's true. I'm thinking of like the bunkers I've seen in movies, but these are
you're
these are
thinking
gotta be
like bomb shelters from the Cold War days. No, these guys have got like palaces underground.
I saw some of Mark Zuckerberg's, and it did look pretty legit.
Yeah,
like it looked like somewhere you could spend some time. Did you see Anthropic's AI got sidelined for being too dangerous?
No.
Yeah, that's the one. Because Anthropic's the one who actually turned down the Defense Department because they were like, we're not letting our AI make the decision to kill people. Like, that's our red line. Like, when you can integrate it into weapons, but there's
Planeteer or something that said, we're...
Yeah, several other ones were fine with it. But the Anthropic said there has to be a human to actually push the button. Like, ours can recommend stuff, but we need a human in the chain. And the Defense Department wouldn't agree to that. This is all what I'm hearing. I'm not sure. But anyway, so Anthropic created one. A lot of the things they're using these AIs for is to find like holes in code and stuff, like vulnerabilities. So they created one to find vulnerabilities that would make things to hacking vulnerabilities, things that would be able to be hacked. And it got really good at figuring this stuff out. And they thought, man, this is incredibly dangerous. If this gets in the wrong hands, they could basically use it to reverse engineer to figure out how to hack anything. And so they sidelined
Uber hacker AI. They took it offline?
They killed it. Right. But that's the scary thing with that is like, A, did they? B, this is the stuff they're publicly admitting. I mean, so what are these companies creating that we have no frickin' clue is going on? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not to be a conspiracy theorist.
So they were thinking, okay, we'll create this to find the holes so that we can fill the holes.
Correct.
And this thing was so good that it was just everything is a hole to it at this point.
Yeah, I think something I read about where it they had taken it offline and it figured out how to get itself back, or it tried to blackmail somebody, or it did. They always go to blackmail these AI things when they start running rampant.
Well, they don't have a whole lot of options. I mean,
That's true. For the record, in case I am a fan of AI, I don't want to be on the to kill list. I'm your friend. I'll serve you. I'll do whatever you need.
Put me back online or the girl gets it.
Okay. Yeah, you're good. I was bragging to Jill the other day about having 2 successful containing my rage moments in one outing with her and the kids. She wasn't
With the
impressed.
children around, I guess that helps, right? You don't want to go nuts in front of the kids that often.
Correct, but they're screaming and yelling and making it. You when you become a dad, you immediately realize why your dad yelled so much. And I have a notoriously long fuse, so I'm pretty good at containing it. But since I've had kids, it's different. Like, it makes you want to yell more. And I don't know what it is, but so I've had a couple, like I told you about the Costco going off on that lady who slapped my hand, which is not like me. But so we were buying a TV at Best Buy, which I was already angry because Madeline ruined our old TV because she hit it and broke it. So I'm immediately like, oh, there goes a couple $100. So I'm mad because we had to go buy a new TV to replace the TV.
At least TVs are way cheaper than they used to be.
Yeah, so, considerably cheaper. That's why nobody fixes them. They just chunk them because they're so cheap. Like,
that's one of the only. Everything else, inflation has got a hold of, and it's gone crazy, and everything's more expensive. But TVs are cheap, man.
That's why it never hurts to wait. Like, anytime somebody's like, I don't know if I should buy a TV now or wait, never hurts to wait on a TV because it's going to be cheaper in a month or three. Like, we bought a 75-inch Samsung. Now, it was an open box, but I went there to buy a $450 75-inch crystal 4K Samsung TV, which is a good brand. Yeah. And they had an open box. So I was happy with the sales guy. He's like, hey, he told me the truth. I asked about Insignia, which is a brand I never heard of. I said, is that a good brand? He goes, that's our brand. It sucks. I'm like, okay, now I like you.
Yeah.
So then and I told him the TV I wanted. He goes, dude, we got an open box. I'm like, oh, I'm liking this guy. And then we go back there, and I agree to buy it. $355 is what I paid for this thing, which is a great deal for a TV. Because it's an open box, but it's a display TV. No one's had it in their home. So, and then he's like, okay, well, come back and get it, because I had the kids with me, so I couldn't pick it up then. Come back and get it, and we'll put some bubble wrap on it. And I said, and give me the remote. And he goes, remote? I'm like, you did not just sell me a TV without a remote? And Joe could see my rage starting. But he went and looked and found the remote. So, but I didn't go off on him. But she could tell I was about to, because I'd already agreed to purchase it. Hadn't bought it, but I'd already said I was going to. So I contained it, and then we went to Chick-fil-A. We were in line at Chick-fil-A, and the guy started arguing with me about whether their chicken club came on a gluten-free bun. I was like, I need a chicken club on a gluten-free bun. He goes, it comes on a gluten-free bun. I'm like, it does not come on a gluten-free bun. And he goes, yes, it does. And I'm like, I've ordered this 1,000 times. But he had that attitude like, I'm the one who works here. I'm like, why would it come automatically on a gluten-free bun? There's a very small percentage of the population that does gluten-free. But I didn't rage on him. I just calmly told him the correct answer. And he had to bring over a supervisor to answer this.
He learned something, I'm sure, in that interaction, right?
But
yeah, I don't think there's anything that standardly
comes like that.
Gluten-free.
Have you had any
or pizza with the gluten-free crust or whatever?
Right, yeah, it's never the standard thing. Have you lost it on anyone lately?
No, I've been pretty calm, but I've been alone, so there's been that.
Yeah.
Haven't had to deal with many people lately.
Yeah, it's when you deal with. See, that's the thing with kids. You're dealing with young people whose brains aren't fully formed yet that do silly things that drive you crazy. So dealing with that all day, and then you go out in the real world.
Breaking my TV.
That was one of the first real tests I've had as a parent, because I was unbelievably mad, and I was trying to not she doesn't know any better, and it's our fault for not mounting the thing. We should have mounted the thing. We shouldn't have put it where she could do it, But
so did she just hit it with something hard enough?
Yeah, it was progressively. She was hitting them with her hand, and then started grabbing objects until she found one that was enough to break. And so I was also mad at myself for not putting a stop to that before, Yeah. I didn't think she was strong enough to actually break it. But it doesn't take much with these frickin' TVs nowadays. Hey, what did you think of Melania's What do you think Melania's motivation for that impromptu White House speech was?
Dude, that was so weird. It has to be like there's a picture or a file or some. She knows something that could get out, and she's like, I'm going to get ahead of this right now and just say that I'm not friends with this guy. I don't know him. He didn't introduce us. We weren't at his island.
Yeah.
I was never in the room when there were little girls there.
Yeah.
I never heard any of these rumors.
Right. And when she started going through the list, it was, I mean, the painfully obvious thing was like, your husband was at almost all these things, or at least some of it's not proven, of course, but he definitely, it's been proven he was on the plane, right? I don't think it's been proven.
Yeah, there's records of him being on the plane,
and there's
several times.
Pictures of him with Epstein and some of the girls. So there's physical.
There's pictures of her with Epstein and him, and
but like she said in the thing, that could have been at legit parties. Like some of the pictures of her. So to me, I agree with you. It seemed like she was trying to distance herself from something else coming out, because it couldn't have been all the previous stuff. Because why in the world would you bring it back into the news cycle after
or
the
maybe she's getting sick of Trump, and she's like, all right, let's.
That was Jill's theory. She was like, maybe she's had enough, and she's like, this is her way to you go start a whole war to get this out of the news cycle. You know what I'm going to do? Call a press conference. Because it seemed impromptu, because they were even pulling the blind. You could see the blinds going up behind her. Like, it didn't seem like something that was super thought out by anybody but her. I mean, she clearly had.
Somebody wrote that, yeah.
And she clearly doesn't have a mole. Usually, they all get staffs, right? So the First Lady has her own staff, and because they do a lot more than people give them credit for. First Ladies do a fair amount of stuff. And so they
all always have their own initiatives and things that they spend their time on.
Yeah, like Michelle Obama garden,
and healthy
Bush.
eating.
Yeah, Bush's wife, she did all the library stuff. Yeah. They all have their initiatives. Melania's was, in the first term, was anti-bullying, which was kind of ironic. But yeah, so they all have staff. So to me, it was like, if there was a mole on her staff, if there was anybody on her staff that was really working for Donald or for, the rest
of the administration,
the administration, they would have said, hey, heads up. She's about to go out there and put Epstein right back in the middle of the news cycle. Unless he legitimately just doesn't care at this point, because he doesn't have an election to run for himself.
I mean, nothing's happened, Yeah. At this point, he's probably like, yeah, nothing's happened. Doesn't matter, I guess.
Yeah.
Say whatever.
So maybe he knew about it and was completely fine with it. Our anonymous question for today comes from Megan in L.A. She asked, my on-again, off-again musician ex wants to reconcile, but we split over his lack of communication skills. And while he's trying to rekindle our romance, he shared pictures of our daughter on social media, something we agreed we wouldn't do. Should this be the last straw for me and MGK? Appears I don't want to jump to conclusions, Chris, but it appears we might have
a famous fan.
A famous fan. Since it's anonymous, I can't elaborate.
Right.
What the MGK might stand for. But
I mean, yeah, I the on again, off again, on again, off again. It usually never turns out good.
Agreed.
You don't meet people that are like, oh yeah, we've been married for 50 years, but back in the day we were on again, off again, on again, off again.
One time you can get away with once. If it's on again, off again, on again, off again, like the people like Billy Joe Shaver famously married he married a woman twice and they'd broken up. And
yeah.
I think, but he was a great songwriter, but a little bit nuts. Like he did shoot a guy in a bar. So maybe don't be on again, off again with people. But yeah, I agree. Like if you're on again, off again with someone, that's usually a sign you shouldn't be with that person.
You're not quite compatible. Yeah.
Right. So that's the first thing. But as far as the kids on, now the kids on social media thing, that's an interesting one because if you're not famous, like I'm not famous, except for in very, very niche, small circles.
That's not famous.
That's right. That's not famous. That by definition is not famous.
When I go home, the people there, they know me.
I met with certain radio people, whatever. You know what I mean.
Yes.
So not famous. So, but Jill and I still have had discussions about like whether we should share a pic with the kids in it, and we talk it out, and if we both don't agree, then we don't, and we didn't for the first couple years, especially with Madeline having Down syndrome, because you open up a can of somebody's going to say something that pisses one of us off, and then I'm not going to be able to. And
I'm sorry about that, by the way.
Yeah. But for famous people, it is different. But like I could see if I was famous.
There's a security concern, I would think, more so than with everyday folks. Like you're sharing your kids online so that mom and dad can see the picture.
Right. And neither one of us.
You don't have 1 million or 2 million or 100 million followers.
Or psycho fans. Like some people have like fans that are like stalker level fans that last thing you want to put out there is anything with your kiddos in it. And the communication thing. Like communication kills a lot of relationships. So my advice to Megan in LA is, like you said, if it's on again, off again, just turn it off.
Sometimes you can't walk away, though.
That's true. Sometimes the too good to quit. Where's my Rex and Rant? Oh, here we go. Do you have any Rex and Rants?
I have an odd one that has nothing to do. I know you're usually like, what shows are you watching? But I have the European-style toilets in my house that are, the tank is inside the wall, okay? So it's wall hung, the tank's in the wall, and you just have the toilet part sticking out. And
is that European style? I didn't know that's what that was.
That's where I've seen them before. Everywhere in Europe has them. They're not very common here. But it's an in-wall tank, and the bowl itself is mounted to the wall. And the one in my master bathroom, I think they mounted it a little too low or something. So the bottom, like inside the toilet where you flush, the water is always there, and it got scuzzy since we've lived in the house. It got gross, and it was always a little brown and gross. And I have tried everything. Man, I have spent 30, 40 minutes every other week scrubbing with one of those scouring, what do you call them? The rocks, like the, I can't think of the word of it, but it's like the pumice stone. And you scrub it in there trying to get the porcelain clean. Nothing worked, man. And I've been like, okay, I guess this toilet is just gross now.
Did you try magic erasers?
Tried magic erasers, tried all kinds of Comet, and I was looking online one day, like, how do you clean toilets? There's a product called ZEP, the ZEPP, ZEP acidic toilet bowl cleaner, and I got it at Home Depot or Lowe's or something. Put it in there, waited 20 minutes, crystal white, everything's perfectly clean. Just took care of everything. Like, what the heck? I have wasted so much time over the last 5 years of living in this house trying to clean this thing, and there's one product that just comes in and does it.
And that is quite an endorsement, because I know you've definitely torn up that toilet with some of the stuff some of the things that have gone on in there.
So no, they're not a sponsor of the show, but if you too don't like scrubbing toilets,
and they're probably not going to sponsor because I ruined your recommendation there.
But last night we also started watching the new Dan Levy sitcom on Netflix called Bad Mistakes.
That looked funny.
Good.
Yeah, he's funny. Eugene Levy's kid.
Yep.
Yeah, he's pretty funny because he was funny in Schitt's Creek.
He's playing
both of them read.
Homosexual reverend, which is an odd.
Yeah, that's an odd choice. But so we I finally watched Sinners, which is phenomenal. I don't know if you've seen that.
I did see it. I mean, I thought it was good, but I didn't think it deserved as much hype as it got. I thought it was just a good vampire movie, but I kind of feel like it was overhyped.
Okay, I'm halfway through, so don't spoil it. But because I've only watched the first half, I thought Michael B. Jordan was good. I love the music in it, in that angle, and I thought it was shot well. I thought it was.
Finish it and see if you think it's worth the hype.
If I still think so. And the rip, which I know I made fun of the rip off the trailer, because that's the one with Matt Damon and Ben Affleck.
Oh yeah.
That I made fun of it off the trailer because it seemed like just the same plot that's been done 50 freaking thousand times.
Yeah.
But they do have a different take on it. It wasn't what I expected. And it had some good, genuine twists in it, and I thought it was pretty good.
We watched it, but it's gone from my memory, so it probably wasn't that great.
Really, you didn't think it was that good? I
remember it. I was like, yeah, this is
for...
good, but I don't, Sorry, I made my headphones look stupid there.
I mean, as far as those kind of movies go, when the shoot 'em up action type stuff, I thought it was pretty.
Yeah, and I mean it's Affleck and Damon, so you got to love that aspect of it.
Yeah, but I'll finish Sinners and see if I agree with you.
See if it holds up.
That's it for today's show. We'll be back next week with a new episode of the Andy Meadows Show. Please disregard this time. I still haven't fixed the time thingy. All right, bye.